Okay, guys, welcome back. All right. In the previous challenge one, all right, we did something very simple. Okay. Make sure that you take a look at that. All right. Make sure that you do it yourself. Even after I have done it, also do it yourself. So every challenge that we do, please make sure that first of all, try to do it yourself. And then, of course, in case you don't get it, you have any errors, you have any mistakes, try to fix it. And if you cannot, just continue with the video to see how I did it. And if there's any issues you do not know how to solve, always let me know in the comment section. But remember to subscribe, like, share, so that this material can also be reached. Other people can also get it. Okay, so remember, we are doing this to help ourselves and other people. Okay, so now let's jump right there. Let's jump right into it. Challenge 2. Okay, now the thing is this: whenever you're given a challenge, make sure you read it through. Okay, make sure you read it through so that you can really understand. If you don't understand it, it will be hard for you to actually solve the problem. Here now, the challenge 2 says, make it compile. All right, given the following code: age equal to 16, print age equal to 30, print age. They said that you should modify the first line so that the code compiles. That means there is an issue. Okay, there's an issue. All right, so if I just copy this code like this, if I just copy this code and paste it here, there will be an issue. It won't compile. All right, remove this comments. Now the problem is this: it's not compiling. We are having a lot of errors. They said modify the first line so that the code compiles. They are not asking you, did you use var or int or final or const? Okay, now let us take it one by one. Okay, if I'm to use var, I would take them one by one and explain the differences. Let's say I use var. There's no more problem again, right? There's no more problem. So if I run this, I will get age of 30. We don't have any issue here. We have 16 and 30, so we don't have any issue here, okay? Now, we are going to use each of these keywords, the var, the int, and the final, and the const. We're going to, so that we can see the difference. When I use var here, remember, when you use var, that is going to infer the type for you. Remember the type inference, we have treated that in earlier videos, okay? So var here, remember, we are supposed to always give the data type of our variable, and here we are just using var. We are not using the data type notation, annotation, and there was no problem, okay? So if I still use int, of course, I'm having a problem. Now I can no longer use the var keyword. So what do I need to do? We have used the var and it worked, and I believe you understand why it worked. Here, it is perfect. We are declaring it with a var, and the compiler is inferring the data type for us. But if we now use the second one, int, it still works. Okay, it still works. Here, it is a variable of integer, and we made it explicitly known that it is integer. When we use var, we excuse me, when we use var, we didn't include the data type because that compiler will infer for us. All right, so if I use var, I use int, two of them worked. Now if I use final, okay, we will see the difference here. If I use final, in the fourth line we are having an error. Okay, you said it is final, so you should not change it. Remember, I think this thing will help us to remember the things we have taught, we have learned so far. You say that this variable is final, so you can't change it. Now the error we are getting here is this: the final variable age can only be set to once. We have set, so you cannot change it. Okay, so if you do this, it will not compile, so it is not an option. All right, now look at the options they gave us. All right, let me break it down. They said, did you use var, constant, final, or constant? So the code, they gave us a code, and this is how they want the code to be, and they want it to compile. So we use var, it compiled, that was correct. We use int, to give the type annotation and it worked. But we are using final and it didn't work. Why? Because we are trying to reassign a final variable which will not go, it will not work. So final will not work. If we try to use constant keyword, it will still not work. It will still not work. So the two options that we can use for this particular code is the var and the int. But in case we want to use the constant keyword, that means we will not have to delete this statement, this command, or we just comment it out. It will work, but that's not what they asked us to do. They said we should leave the code the way it is and try to compile it. So the two options that went well here is the var and the int. So if you want to use the constant keyword, that means it can never change. If you want to use the final keyword, that means it can never change. So these are the differences. All right. So our best options here are using the var keyword and the int to make this code compile. So thank you very much. I will see you in the next challenge.